Day 81. Savannah Guthrie stood in front of millions of Americans. Live television. Morning show lights. And she broke. Not with sadness. Not with despair. With something more dangerous. A warning. Someone needs to do the right thing. That line wasn't grief talking. That was a targeted message. Directed. Precise. Calculated. Because by day 81, this case had already shifted. The rumors were done. The speculation was over. What remained was forensic reality. And forensic reality is brutal. Let's go back. Not to February 1st. That's where everyone else starts. We start on January 11th. 3 weeks earlier. A masked man appeared at the front door of the Guthrie residence. Nighttime. No forced entry. No confrontation. He wasn't there to break in. He was there to study. What he did was interfere with the Nest camera. Subtle. Deliberate. The kind of move that tells investigators this wasn't impulsive. This was reconnaissance. Then January 24th. FBI flagged it quietly. Unusual activity. Details still sealed. But the pattern was already forming. 2 visits. 2 data points. Building toward something. This was not a crime of opportunity. This was a calculated execution. Every forensic marker on the pre-crime timeline points to one thing: someone was planning this. Someone studied the house. The cameras. The schedule. The exits. They had a target. They had a window. And they were waiting for the right night. January 31st, 9:50 p.m. Son-in-law Tommaso Cioni sees Nancy Guthrie for the last time. She's inside. She's fine. He leaves. That's the last confirmed sighting. Everything after this is pieced together from forensic markers, digital fragments, and a 41-minute window that investigators keep circling back to. 1:47 a.m. February 1st. The Nest camera is physically removed. Not a glitch. Not a power failure. Not a software error. Physically. Removed. Someone was inside that home, or close enough to it, to take that camera offline. This is the moment the digital trail goes dark. We call it the digital disruption. 2:12 a.m. Motion is detected. But the footage? Overwritten. Lost. Someone knew where to look. Someone knew the system. 2:28 a.m. The Pacemaker Disconnect. For those unfamiliar, Nancy Guthrie had a pacemaker. That pacemaker was synced to her iPhone. As long as she was near her phone, the signal stayed stable. At 2:28 a.m., it disconnected. That means one of 2 things. Either the phone was separated from her body, or she was moved, physically relocated, away from where her phone was. That's not a coincidence. That's a forensic marker. Now focus on this window. 1:47 a.m. to 2:28 a.m. 41 minutes. That's the window. That's when it happened. Whatever it is, the abduction, the removal, the transfer, it happened inside those 41 minutes.
Top story this evening in the ongoing search for Nancy Guthrie. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says the suspects closed.
That I did not know before. And
this was controlled.
It all comes amid
11:56 a.m. February 1st. Blood. Found on the porch. Not a drop. Not a smear. Enough to test. Enough to confirm it was hers. Nancy Guthrie did not walk out of that house willingly. Then came the ransom. $6 million. In Bitcoin. The demand surfaced through TMZ, then CBS picked it up. $6 million, or she doesn't come back. Investigators were skeptical immediately. No proof of life. No verified communication channel. No confirmation that whoever sent that demand had any actual access to Nancy Guthrie. In kidnapping cases, a ransom with no proof of life is either the work of an opportunist, someone who saw the headlines and decided to make a move, or it's a distraction. A digital smokescreen. Then came the suspects. Carlos. Stopped at a checkpoint near Rio Rico. Questioned. Investigated. Cleared. Luke Daly. Pulled into the investigation. Scrutinized. Also cleared. 2 names that made headlines. 2 dead ends. But at 2:36 a.m., a Ring camera, 2.5 miles from the Guthrie residence, captured something. A car. Unidentified. Moving through the neighborhood at the exact right window. 2.5 miles. 8 minutes after the Pacemaker Disconnect. That car has not been publicly identified. FBI Director Cash Patel released something.
Top story this evening in the ongoing search for Nancy Guthrie. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says the suspect's club
that I did not know before.
Holding a flashlight.
It all comes
in their
amid
mouth.
sort of a...
That detail is not random. That detail is everything. Because a flashlight held in the mouth, saliva contact, is a potential DNA source. One of the cleanest forensic markers you can leave behind without knowing it. Investigators know this. The FBI knows this. If that flashlight was ever recovered, or if the footage captures enough detail to locate it, that one object could crack this case open. Then the backpack. Ozark Trail. Walmart exclusive. Not a rare item. Not a custom bag. But Walmart exclusives have something most don't, a trackable supply chain. Purchase records. Inventory logs. Store-level CCTV. If that bag was bought in the weeks before the abduction, near Tucson, near the suspect's location, that's a forensic thread investigators can pull. Then the Honda CR-V. Annie Guthrie and Tommaso Cioni were cleared. Both of them. Officially. Publicly. But their car? Still in federal custody. Being dismantled piece by piece. Why? Because vehicles carry evidence that their owners don't know about. Fibers. Trace DNA. GPS pings embedded in the system logs. Microscopic soil samples that place the vehicle in a specific location. Even when a person is cleared, their car can still tell a different story. Here's the detail that changes everything. The pacemaker. It's still transmitting. Right now, as you watch this, Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker is sending out a signal. Investigators shifted the search strategy entirely. They're not just combing ground anymore. Helicopters equipped with signal-sniffing technology are being deployed. Flying grids. Triangulating frequency. A pacemaker signal doesn't lie. It doesn't fake. It doesn't get planted. It just transmits, as long as the battery holds, as long as the device is intact. That signal is the most honest forensic marker in this entire case. And right now, it's still out there. Somewhere. Sheriff Chris Nanos was asked a direct question. Could this person strike again? His answer was immediate. Absolutely. No hesitation. No diplomatic softening. No, we're not prepared to speculate. Just, absolutely. That word carries weight. Because it means law enforcement isn't treating this as an isolated incident. They're treating this as a pattern. A behavior. A methodology that could be repeated. And Savannah Guthrie, standing on that stage, day 81, cameras rolling, she knows this too. Someone needs to do the right thing. That's not a grieving daughter pleading into the void. That's a woman who has been briefed. Who understands the forensic picture. Who knows someone watching that broadcast knows something. Maybe it's the person who sold the backpack. Maybe it's the person who saw the car. Maybe it's someone in a house along that 2.5-mile stretch who hasn't come forward yet. This case has evidence. It has forensic markers. It has a pacemaker that's still transmitting. What it doesn't have yet is that one person willing to make the call. The FBI tip line is active. The reward stands at $1.1 million. If you know anything at all about Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, call 1-800-CALL-FBI. One tip. One call. One person doing the right thing. That's all it takes. This is the case code. We follow the evidence. We follow the signal. We don't stop until there are answers. Subscribe. And stay with us.